through purpose of elimination, I was on the team.
Right.
Even though I tried out and went through the process, they put me on the team.
Right.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm on a cheerleading team now. It was nothing because they taught me motions and jumps and how to stunt. And it was stuff I've never done before. And it became, the basic stuff became very easy to me. And then I went to cheer camp and it was 500 girls and me. So after that, it was set. I wanted to be a cheerleader because
500 girls and him.
Yeah. So that's why.
Needless to say, I was still a cheerleader.
So guys,
but then you got the best.
Yes, it took me a couple years, and I found a good one.
Okay, so what do you all like best in cheerleading?
yeah, what's the best part of it?
For me, I think in other sports, I also experienced playing different kind of manly sports like basketball, soccer,
Ayan, manly
basketball,
sports.
soccer, karate, and mixed martial arts. I've tried all those, but I think cheerleading is more exciting because in other sports, athletes catch balls. In cheerleading, we catch girls.
See,
You were ready for that question.
Yeah. So no question on his masculinity here.
No.
It's all actually driven by women. Amy.
Well, because cheerleading is still competitive, yet you still get to have a lot of fun, and then it combines, creativity and skill. So you dance, you tumble, you get thrown up in the air, and then there. So it's really,
like that?
it's really exciting.
What, JR, you were saying?
Because for the longest time, cheerleading here in the Philippines is not so much at par with how the US does it. So maybe it gets me really excited to actually have the NCC, the international rules, the international judges be implemented here in the Philippines. So to take the cheerleading like a notch higher here in our country.
Right.
So, plus, even if we have different professions, we still get together just for the love of the sport.
Right. Interesting. Hannah, I would like to ask you, what is it about cheerleading?
About cheerleading that I like is the camaraderie that everybody has between each other. Even though we come from different schools, from different backgrounds, from different religions or whatever, we come together as one team and perform as one team also, not individually as one person.
Yeah, but why are you all from LaSalle then if you're like from different
Well, it just happened. That's how we love
And
cheerleading.
did you all meet in school? Did you know each other in school?
Yeah.
Yeah?
But different batches though.
Yes.
Lisbeth.
There's really not one thing that I just really like about cheerleading.
I know,
'cause there's
Joe.
so many. Yeah, the best thing is I got a great husband out of it. I really like, I like all aspects of it. I love watching it. I love choreographing it. It's so competitive, and it's a great sport. You don't see this in any other sport. It's
Joe.
On the same thing off of that, I love judging it, teaching it to people that are willing to learn, and I really like to see the end product. You come in and work with a team or work with like the NCC coaches, and I can teach them something, and then next year when I come back, it's blossomed into this thing that I've just had an idea of where it could go, and they've changed it into something that they have now made into their own sport.
like last year I was here for the camp, and I taught a dance. I can't remember how long it was, but we broke up and we did private coaching, and they put together a little routine with stunts and pyramids and the dance, and I was just really impressed with how they took, it was my dance, but they had their own little spin on it, and it gave me chills just to watch it. It was just, I got chills just talking about it again.
Let's say we want to join the camp. Like, can we? Yeah? Really?
Yeah.
Anybody can join it? I mean, anybody like after college, anybody can join?
We're opening up the doors to expand the sport, of course. There's been some interest to kids that actually have left college and been on a college cheer team that still want to compete. So we're expanding our levels. We're going to go maybe into an open level, and then we are also going younger into a junior level. So we're going to have grade school kids, high school kids, college kids, and then kids that actually pass through the cheerleading ranks that are going to continue the sport later on in life.
Hannah?
So.
Yeah, actually we're going to be having some exhibition teams this Sunday, tomorrow. Which partner stunts are going to be showing, college partner stunts. And then by next year, we're going to be adding them and having competitions for like partner stunts, as well as the
Partner stunts meaning?
partner stunts wherein just one guy, one girl, or
Oh, right.
yeah,
Or 5 girls.
yeah, 5 girls and as a team, you
Yes,
know.
yes.
And then we also had the mini poms, or I mean the junior poms, just
Today.
this afternoon as the exhibition team. And then we're going to be also having a competition by next year too, just for the junior teams, grade schools 4 to 7.
So let's say we go on a camp. What happens? I mean, we register. Where do we go?
You're going to register
Yeah,
with your ID, of course, whichever you want to bring. And then we're going to take you through the basics. We'll right into warm-ups. Right after warm-ups, we're going to evaluate the team. We break up into private coaching, where each team is then coached by an individual coach, 1 or 2 coaches.
How many coaches do you?
This year we
Roughly
had
have.
28 coaches
Yeah, we have
at the
28
camp.
coaches.
So it's
So
very.
how many people in the camp?
Per team.
This year there was over 300.
This year we had 2 camps. We had the co-ed camp in Central Colleges of the Philippines, wherein we
Where
had
in- You-
Aurora Boulevard.
Okay, so you have it in a school. You
Yes,
don't
we
go
have it in the
out.
school.
No,
So
it's
you
here.
have everything in the gym.
Yes.
Okay.
One
And then the
big gym.
co-ed camp, we had,
Yeah.
around 320 campers. And we had the first ever all-girl
First
camp
one,
in Assumption College. And we had around 100 campers.
Oh.
Aside from the Philippines, where else do you guys go around?
We've been to
Like
Canada,
cheerleading, yeah.
and then also when we judge in Orlando, Florida, and upstate New York, we judge teams from Mexico, Puerto Rico.
Any
What
other
about
Canada.
Asian?
No.
We've just seen them on
Yeah,
TV.
we've seen them on TV. One thing we have to study, we have to see where the sport is evolving. So the nice thing with technology, you can get on the internet and
Because I
surf.
imagine the Chinese would be really good because they're really fantastic acrobats.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not
Yeah.
better than the
They have.
Filipinos.
No.
I mean,
no,
okay,
no.
that
Yeah.
there was this, the High School Musical. They had this contest, like 5 different countries from Asia, and they had it in Hong Kong, and the Philippines won. I mean, I think
Nice.
there's a lot of talent
There
here in the
is.
Philippines.
There
I mean,
is.
people dance well, they move well. Maybe the training, like JR was
Yeah.
saying, it's not as big as what you have in the States.
Yes, but it's amazing how you can show something to a Filipino cheerleader or a guy, and they get
You
it.
absorb it right
Yeah.
Yeah, right away they soak it up, and you see a 6-foot guy showing a little Filipino flyer how to hold their body, but they get it. They understand the level, how to stand in the air, and I find it very amazing. And Liz can talk about some of that, some of the things that she's shown. It just happens right away. Choreography, everything, motions.
What about safety? You were talking about safety earlier. What are the things that everyone has to remember?
Well, definitely when it's a progressive sport. You just can't start at the end. You can't start 3 people high. You have to start at the ground level. So once you master some of the basics, it can move very quickly. But we have rules and regulations that you must have spotters in certain positions. The bases have to hold a certain way. The spotter or the front spot or back spot have to hold the flyer or the base in a certain way. So if the stunt does come down very quickly, they're in a right place and timing to catch the flyer. So
Sorry. Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah. So in the competition, how many per team?
Do you have a
you
maximum
have,
number,
yeah.
minimum?
30. We can have 30 members on the mat as the maximum number.
Right.
Yes.
And it has to go for how long?
It's,
like
10
No more than 2.5 minutes.
2.5 minutes.
Yes.
What do you
Oh.
judge? I mean, when you're watching it, are
There's
you
different-
judging for the visuals, for the how,
Coordination, what?
how synchronized they are?
Yeah,
If
there's
they're
5.
originality.
There's different categories. We have basic elements, which is motions, dance, and jumps, and then we have
Motions, dance,
Motions,
Yeah, motions and
stance,
dance.
and
Stance,
and
and
jump.
dance.
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 and
And
Jumps.
Jumps.
so dance is really. I mean, like before. I don't know.
That's just one score sheet. It's each score sheet's worth 75 points.
So your first score sheet is basic elements. Motions, dance, jumps. And then
We have
And then
stunts, and pyramids,
Second.
tosses,
Oh.
tumbling, running and standing tumbling.
pyramids.
Yeah.
I said that.
Oh.
So one whole dance is like 2.5 minutes.
Minutes.
Yes.
And you
The
have
whole
to.
routine.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
like.
And then you have
do
to
the best
judge
of
all
the
those
best.
things blah, 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 in
Yeah.
2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes. But we've actually trained
lot of
all of our
criteria.
judges, and it's category scoring. So
Oh,
one
okay.
judge is
Watching a
overlooking one
particular-
thing. Even
Yeah.
though they're watching the whole
Right,
routine,
right,
they do have an
right.
overall score that they
Yeah,
can judge on.
yeah.
No, because
Yeah.
when you judge a 60, it does get confusing who is better than the other.
Yes.
Yeah, so by
It's
category
very-
is a good
Yeah.
Right.
way to judge it.
So, and then you have an overall score, which is, even though Joe might have just been watching pyramids and I was watching stunts, we both have an opinion of how the whole routine was based
Right.
on the difficulty of their tumbling and their jumps and just everything that they did.
Yeah, it's very, we've worked very hard, and a lot of the NC, it's very systematic. You can't just go in and say, oh my gosh, the crowd was yelling loud. They had very good uniforms and the music was awesome. They get first place.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, it could be that
Yes.
they have like a zillion friends compared to the
Yes.
others.
Yeah.
It- it's we're
Or they have a lot
judging
of
the
people
skills that we
shouting
see on the
louder.
mat.
And how it was performed.
Yes.
Well, we have that a lot in the Philippines. Like there's a certain school that, you know, so many people come and they're really noisy and their music is nice and everything, but then they don't
They're
get
just
a
like
prize.
mediocre.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so all the officers or all the directors, you were all cheerleaders in
Yes.
school. Okay, and
Yes.
you're not going to accept anybody who isn't. Like, you know, if you judge, you'd have to be a cheerleader.
Oh yes, definitely. You have to go through training. We have training sessions.
How long
myself.
was the training for?
We come in at night and we usually sit there 4 or 5 hours
Right.
and go over videos from this year's competitions, from last year's competitions, from competitions from any other companies altogether.
Other
And
countries.
Every countries, you know. We just kind of try to do a well-rounded group of judges.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of entries from outside Manila? I mean, since
Yes.
it's a national.
We just did our regionals. Go ahead.
We just had regionals last September to October, wherein we had one in
This is like
Baguio.
qualifying for this. one.
Yes.
Right.
The top 3 finalists go
And they
to the
were?
finals. They were
Where were they from?
one's from Baguio. We had one
Wow.
leg in Baguio, the northern Luzon, and we had one in southern Luzon in Laguna, and we also had one for Visayas Mindanao in Cebu.
Right.
So of course they pay for their own expenses to come here to Manila.
Yes.
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 Uh-huh. And then okay, going back to the camp. How long is the camp? How many days does it
2
live
days.
in?
Yes, it's a 2-day
Overnight.
camp. Yes. Yeah, it's a 2-day camp. They come in both days and work on things.
And what time to what time?
It usually starts at 9 a.m. and ends around 4 or 5 p.m.
Oh, that's all. And
So
then they
it's
go
2 full
home and then they come
days.
back.
Yes.
Yeah, two
What would
full
you say is
days.
the most like eye-catching like outfit that anybody could wear? Like-
Eye-catching.
Yeah,
I see it
because-
here. I love the uniform design because they really look at the whole picture.
Yes, yeah.
They look at what motions they're doing.
Right.
And
So
they
take
put
that
they,
into
they put
consideration.
lines on their bodies,
yes.
and they
Oh,
really
yeah.
play on
No,
the
it does
lines.
matter.
It does.
Yeah, because when they do their stunts, you can
It
see.
does.
Oh my gosh, you know, like they have this triangle here, but when they do their stunts, the triangle suddenly becomes a rectangle or a
Yes.
square or something.
It's almost
It really
like
works.
an eye playing
Yeah.
tricks with your eyes. It's
and
very
that
nice.
helps
Art
in
at its
judging.
best.
It is. It
Right.
is.
Oh.
It is. And I mean, it doesn't. Of course, it affects the judging. You have to say it affects
Was
the
there a
judging.
category
It
for
does.
that?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
costumes.
Costumes?
Only if
right?
there's a
yeah.
Ooh, you guys got
only if there's a costume malfunction is that being judged.
Oh, any
So-
stories? On
No.
costume?
No. Some shoes, but that's about it.
What shoes do people wear?
Yeah. What kind of shoes do you wear?
Right now, it's they usually
Gum
wear
sole?
track,
No, gum
gummy
sole.
shoes.
Yeah.
But the one thing where the NCC is trying to study and work on is developing a cheerleading shoe for the company, and
Right.
to promote here because it's been a safety issue.
Yes,
If you have cheerleaders out there
Yeah.
practicing in Chuck Taylor
Right.
All Stars that
Yeah.
aren't meant for cheerleading,
Yeah.
I mean,
They're just gonna get injured.
Yeah,
Right.
we don't want to have people injured.
Safety
so,
first, right.
So it's one thing here. There's not an actual cheerleading shoe that you can purchase here in the Philippines. So we're definitely.
So they can
working
go
on
for
that.
gum sole, which is the badminton shoes.
Yeah,
and
yeah. A lot of people use
tennis
Pumas.
shoes.
Yeah.
Is it also okay not to wear anything?
No, it's actually
You're
one of the
not allowed?
rules. You must have a soled shoe to compete.
Any
on the floor.
particular reason for that? For safety as
For
well?
safety, and also it's an advantage in some aspect, safety. But of course, if no one has a shoe on, they're somewhat a little lighter, I guess, and they can do the skills more. But all in all, it comes down to safety.
It's hard to stunt without shoes on though too. So
What about rules on hair for girls?
The rules on hair,
Yeah.
it needs to be out of the face and pulled back.
I mean, poor guys when they
there's not-
switch around
I
and
wouldn't say there's really a rule, but it's usually pulled back into or half up. I've seen some routines where like a 5-year-old girl's had it down to like the middle of her back, and her hair is just all over the place.
Yeah, I
and
would
that can
imagine.
cause problems if
What
she
about like if you were in a competition, how would you fix your hair?
like
It's already
this.
fixed. No, I want to ask the
I think
guys.
though in my hair.
More, like with more wax.
Yeah.
So I want to ask the guys: has it ever happened that you were like gonna catch someone and then they're like ponytail the hair just like whoosh, and the
it
hair goes in your
happens,
eye
yeah.
and
Sometimes when the girls do full downs or
Right.
double full downs, the
Right.
hair gets in the way. But as you perfect your skills, you can kind of learn to dodge certain
Right.
elbows, hair.
Right.
You're like, here it
Elbows.
comes again.
Yeah,
Right.
I think they should really tie it. I mean,
Yeah.
if they have long
Oh
hair,
yeah,
maybe put it
we
in a
definitely
bun or
remind the
something.
girls. We remind the girls to pull the hair back.
it's just like dancing. It's got to
Yes.
be away from the face.
In the States, some teams wear wigs so that all their hair
Right.
looks the same. They'll put their hair up in a, like in a
That's
bun, and they'll have a fake. They'll have a fake.
And it doesn't
some
come
are like
off?
straight
Yeah.
ponytails.
Yeah, because I was reviewing this cheerleading competition of like 10 schools, and they all had their wigs. Like they had a hood, and then
Uh-huh.
suddenly they went like this, and they all had afro hair, green afro hair. I don't know if it was this. I don't know what's. But, it looked cute.
Yeah, that, we're definitely looking for uniformity throughout the team. You know,
Yes.
you don't.
It just
you want
adds
everyone-
to the.
It adds to the
appearance.
overall
right, yeah,
effect.
visuals. Invite everyone to watch tomorrow. For those that were not fortunate enough to catch
The high
today's
school.
events, right?
Yeah, tomorrow we have the college competition at Inaras Sports Arena at Shaw Boulevard. Not the one in Antipolo, but the one in Pasig. Don't forget. And it's going to be at 10 o'clock to 3. And we also have exhibition teams, partner stunts from other colleges. And come watch. The tickets are from $150 for the bleachers and $300 for courtside.
Yes.
So anybody who wants to go tomorrow
Anybody.
can just go there
Yep.
and buy the tickets there.
Yeah, even
They're
if
not-
even if they haven't joined the NCC yet, we'd like if they're interested in joining some competition or even seeing what the NCC has to offer. We're going to have a lot of demonstrations that they can see on the screen and in front of them to see what the NCC has to offer as well. And they also can see some of our schools have been joining for 3-4 years, and the advancement they've had in 3 or 4 years is just unbelievable. So